All right, welcome.
Here we are.
You used to see this like this, are you?
Another Thursday.
Matter of fact, you're sitting up higher than I am. I just realized that.
What's
man.
wrong with that?
Let me.
People
There we
want to
go.
see. I'm younger than you, so my back isn't as slouched.
Well, we got a great night for you tonight. We got a lot of things going on. But first of all, good evening and welcome. I'm Reverend Dennis Gustaferri. Reverend Dennis.
Hey.
All right. And this is Reverend Joseph Antaki. Reverend Joe.
Joe. Hey, Joe.
Break the place.
Oh, okay. All right. You're watching the Inside Show here on MadhouseTV.com. And if you didn't know that,
Now you know.
now you know. It's Thursday night, 10/17/2013. It's 8 o'clock in the night, and we are getting ready to go. And just so we're going to keep this rolling really quickly, so I just want to make sure that we invite, most of all, our head of...
The boss.
Yeah, the boss, the creator, God. So...
Yes, I'm here.
He never misses a show.
Yes.
Hello, Reverend Dennis. Hello, Reverend Joe.
Hey, boss.
I have a little bit of a cough tonight.
Okay.
How do you have a cough?
Yeah.
I swallowed a cloud.
Well, we do have that as our theme, as from that George Burns movie, Think God. So, or Oh God, I should say. And the theme was to think God.
Very simple.
Think me, think me.
But anyway, on a serious note, just to give a little something that we do every now and then, I want to thank you, Lord, for coming into our studio and our homes and our hearts.
My pleasure.
But I do have some statements for you. What do you think?
Shoot.
It's impossible.
All things are possible.
Yeah. Just look it up in the Bible. Luke wrote it down, 18 through 27.
I'm too tired.
I will give you rest.
Yeah, Matthew had something to say about that, chapter 11, 28 through 30.
Nobody really loves me.
I love you.
You don't have to look that one up in the Bible, because all the, it was written about in both Testaments, the New and the Old.
I can't go on.
My grace is sufficient.
That was from Corinthians 11, and Psalm, the 91st Psalm.
That's right.
That's right.
I can't figure things out.
I will direct your steps.
And pay attention when he does. That's from Proverbs.
I can't do it.
You can do all things.
Don't get mad.
And the Philippians heard about that before anybody.
I am not able.
I am able.
And Corinthians wrote about, that was written in Corinthians also. God can do all things, even swallow a cloud.
It's not worth it.
It will be worth it.
According to the Romans.
I can't forgive myself.
I forgive you.
God forgives everybody. All you have to do is ask. It's that simple.
I can't manage.
I will supply all your needs.
Just ask Moses. How do you think they got across the desert? They spent 40 years and they were able to eat manna from heaven.
I'm afraid.
I have not given you the spirit of fear.
That was 11 Timothy.
I'm always worried and frustrated.
Cast all your cares on me.
Right? St. Peter wrote that.
I am not smart enough.
I will give you wisdom.
You have to be smart enough to listen when God gives it to you. It's one of the gifts of the Holy Spirit. And it was also in Corinthians.
I feel all alone.
I will never leave you or forsake you.
That was in Hebrews in the Old Testament. And it's still true today.
Now, wasn't that a lovely little thing? I think that was so pretty.
Kind of sound
Right,
like...
right.
There might be a couple of country music songs in there. I don't know. I have a question for God, because I just want to be the man that my dog thinks I am, you know? So,
Well, that's for tonight. Tonight is our night of comedy.
that's
We
right.
got comedians, and we have 5 comedians out here.
That's right.
You can do the names here. Can you read those names? 'Cause
Alan Streisfeld,
I was
Gregory Romer, Ken Krinsky, Les Deegan, and Mike Dillon's back.
Oh, yeah.
So,
all right.
so we'll have some fun with these guys.
We're going to get them up just after these commercial words. So don't go away. Come on back. We got a great show for you tonight. This is going to be wonderful.
All right, here we
Feel
go.
it. Yeah.
For professional motorcycle transport and towing, think Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing. Proudly serving all of Long Island, we feature expert handling and 24/7 service. So send a limo for your toy with Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing.
This is Beth.
Hi.
Oh, congratulations. When are you due?
I'm not pregnant.
Oh, look at that. Excuse me.
You're totally thin.
You look very sexy.
For life's bleachable moments, all it takes is 3/4 of a cup.
Okay.
He's a
Hey.
Okay,
Needs a
we're
bit.
back. And I get to do my little song first, and then we're going to start our show.
All right.
So if I can get my maestro, please. When the twilight is gone and those songbirds are singing, when the twilight is gone, you come into my heart, and here in my heart you will stay while I pray. My prayer at the end of the day, in a dream that's divine. My prayer is a rapture in blue, with the world far away and your lips close to mine. Tonight, while our hearts are aglow, oh, tell me the words that I'm longing to know. My prayer and the answers you give, may they still be the same for as long as we live, that you'll always be there at the end of my prayer. All right. Well, thank you so much. So now, with no further ado, Alan, come on up.
All right. Yeah, Alan Streisfeld. Yeah.
I need my. Just hold it, okay. One more time for Dennis and his great voice.
Yeah, Reverend Dennis. In the house.
By the way, I was with God in the men's room. He does use White Cloud toilet paper, so in case anybody's asking. So, and he does the courtesy flush. So I asked, well, that's nothing. Okay. You have to excuse me. I'm a little stoned. I smoked a little joint before I got here. I was cooking my lean cuisine, and it's like cook high for 10 minutes. So I'm not okay. That's all right. Lost 10 pounds.
Yes.
Cut out all the bread. 'Cause I don't have any bread. I'm broke, so that's why it was easy to cut out there. So it's good feeling. Actually, my cousin was vacationing in England. He lost 20 pounds. Yeah, someone stole his wallet. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah.
How are you?
So excited! I got tickets to see Kathy Rigby perform Peter Pan in a few months in Bellport. 60 years old, a grandmother, and she's doing the same role she did 35 years ago. I can't wait to see it. However, during the last few months, she kind of gained a few pounds, so I had to rename the show the Chunky Peter Pan. But it's supposed to be great anyway.
It didn't fly.
I can't wait to see that. Yeah, okay. There's somebody like that one. That's okay. It sucks when you have no money, especially around holiday time. Halloween's coming up, and no money. I guess I'll have to buy the generic razor blades. That's bad. I'm not kidding. Okay. We just had Columbus Day, right? That kind of sucks. I hate Columbus Day. Why? Because there's no 50% off candy the next day. Okay. No, actually, a true fact. Columbus, he funded all his, his trips, not from the Queen of Spain, or he used his Discover card. So that's an unknown fact. Anybody know? Yeah. But as many of you know, I've been unemployed for about a year, and now the money's very tight. So when I go out to dinner with my wife, we have to share a dinner. Kind of sucks. The other night we went to dinner. She had the lobster. I had the baked potato. Yeah. Now we have to watch Real Money comes in. I'm so broke, a highway adopted me.
Got a bad deal.
Now I have to, when I do my grocery shopping, I have to buy generic stuff now. And I love cereal, but I can't afford paying $4.50 for a box of Alphabet cereal. I have to buy the generic brand, America's Choice Alpha O's. But on the box it says compared alphabets, and it's like $1.50. So I bought it, saved myself $3. But the next morning I knew right away it wasn't like the original. The letters were in lowercase.
It's never easy.
Somebody likes my stuff. But it's not just me. The economy is, the economy is so bad that Jewish women are actually marrying for love. It's true fact. But what can you do? You have to go with the flow, and hopefully somebody will hire someone in the late 50s for a job. I do anything. Mostly anything. I'll even stand up in front of strangers and do 5 minutes of funny stuff, but that's it.
Let us know when that happens.
Oh, happens, all right? Yeah, okay. Well, we have plenty more talent coming up, so thank you, and we'll see you on the couch. Thanks a lot.
Alan!
All right.
On Saturday night, October 19th, Act One Entertainment Net coordinates 6 Long Island venues with over 30 bands that will participate in Banding Together Against Animal Abuse, a fundraising event benefiting Save a Pet Rescue and Adoption Center in Port Jeff. Hosting these simultaneous multi-venue unique events will be the Blue Parrot Lounge in Massapequa, Candy's Magic Pub in Shirley, Grumpy Jack's in Port Jeff, Bobby Q in Patchogue, Hotel Fish in Hampton Bays, and The Hub in Island Park. For more info, call the Act One office at 631-758-3505.
All right, we're back.
Yes, we are.
Right. You should feel, you got to feel the energy that's in this room right now. I got 5 great comedians in here. And of course us.
Energy, you can feel the alcohol.
Yes.
Exactly.
So anyway, let's introduce the guys. Joe, you're the best one at reading the names here, because I get Streisfeld, I don't know, Streisand, Barbara Streisand. I start thinking,
we have Barbara Streisand here tonight?
No. I didn't want to say anything. It's going to be
Barbara!
Babs.
But coming up now, Greg Romer is going to come up and...
well, after we do we're going to do a little talking first.
We do. What are we
but
these, talk about?
But these guys right here. No, I mean just the names.
All right, it's Greg and Ken and Lee.
Hey, I'm
Mike.
Ken. How are you?
All right.
AKA Rodney.
Yeah, alphabetical order. That's pretty cool. All right.
All right.
By first name, anyway.
Okay, Les, say hello.
Hi, how are you?
That's Les.
I'm lowercase Les.
All right, Les.
I can vouch for that, too.
And there's Mike wearing his gardening gloves here.
I got the gloves.
And, of course, Greg Romer is all the way over here, closer to me at this end. So.
We got everybody.
Yes.
It's just a great
We're
time.
going to have some kind of a panel discussion.
Well, we're just going to, I figured it would be interesting if we just threw out some words out there. And I have a couple of words that I gave them about. And
you could get a highway to adopt you.
Yeah.
Have to have a couple of bumps in the road, though.
That was a stretch, wasn't it?
There you go.
Stretch, yeah. Well, how about we just throw this word out and see what you guys can do with it? School.
School. All right, I'll start off. All right, you guys
Sure,
don't mind?
sure.
I went to a tough high school. I mean, after they sacked the quarterback, they went after his family. I mean, it was a tough school, you know? Remember one time in English lit class, the teacher asked the kid, "Who's your favorite heroine?" He yelled out, "Black Tar." That's a tough school. She asked the same kid, "What comes at the end of a sentence?" He said, "You make an appeal." It's a rough school. I remember one time in science class, the teacher wanted to prove the law of gravity. She threw the kid out the window. It's a tough high school. All right, I'll give it to anybody else.
Following Dangerfield, that's a tough fact right there.
Yeah.
My wife had a hard time going through patchwork Medford schools, or as I like to refer to it, PMS. But, you know, I'm going to pass it on to somebody else.
I graduated from Queens College in 1976.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
My major was rolling joints. No, it was. My diploma was printed on an 8x10 sheet of big bamboo. After I graduated from Queens, I went on to Columbia. Not the university, the country. Talking about higher education, Dennis.
That's it. That's great.
How'd we get on drugs, you know?
I'd say sooner or
We're
later.
talking about school, you know.
That's a tough problem today. You know?
Alan, you look like you flunked out of a couple of colleges. What do you have to say?
Me? Spent 5 years of my best years in first grade.
My 4 years of college were the best 8 years of my life.
Did you go to school stupid? Yeah, I came out that way too. I'm
Get on the couch.
Why did he bring us here?
I tell you what, how about, since it's kind of dying with that little, the murmuring equipment, how about throwing some interesting thing out? I know you got some artillery for this. Politics.
Politics.
Politics. They just raised the debt ceiling. Now who's going to go paint it?
I support gay marriage. I want homosexuals to be as miserable as the rest of us.
Exactly.
Yes.
Why shouldn't they be?
That's right.
I usually don't get involved in. I never get involved really in a political conversation. But one thing that really bothers me with this bad economic climate is that 2 years ago, with the way the economy is, New York State spent $6 million to rename the Triborough Bridge after Robert F. Kennedy. I mean, did that make any sense?
No.
Would it have been more appropriate to name it after Ted Kennedy?
That's right.
That's right.
Whoa, okay.
That's politics.
Hey, I'd like to say something about President Obama. You know, everybody's giving him a hard time. I mean, for me, he really seems to care. About what, I have no idea. That's all I want to say. Right?
Oh, is there a Bush joke in there somewhere as well? I mean, come on.
Oh,
Let's leave Bush alone right now. All right?
I don't know, but I feel like we're in an AARP defensive driving class.
No course, no course. Well, what do you say we have Gregory come up? Greg,
Greg.
Yeah,
Greg Raymer.
Got to come up after a commercial. Maybe we'll do a little commercial first.
You want? Okay, we're going to take a real quick break. We're going to do that off and on, so we get you in
pay for
there.
the show somehow, right?
That we do?
That's right.
Oh my!
Better than passing the plate.
Hey!
Yes.
All right, we're back, and we're back.
Yeah.
We're back with Greg Romner. Did I say it right?
No, runner. I'll say it.
Okay, he'll say it. Okay. So put your hands together one more time, and here we go.
Thank you. I want to welcome you to the assisted living portion of the show. Jack and Jill are over the hill. They take their pills with water. Jack took a sip and broke his hip, and Jill called their daughter. Humpty Dumpty went to the mall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. Banged his knees and fell on his face. His lawyer says he's got a good case. Little Miss Muffet decided to rough it. She put her scooter away. She grabbed her walker and put on her iPod and danced to Marvin Gaye. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. So my memory is shot. And my wife's memory is shot too. You should see the two of us watching TV together. Isn't that, don't tell me, it's on the tip of my tongue. It's on the tip of my tongue. Yeah, okay. I think it starts with a B. Isn't that, what's his name? What's his name? No, that's not what's his name. What's his name was in the, that movie with the train and the midget. That's who'd-you-ma-call-it. Who'd-you-ma-call-it? No. Who'd-you-ma-call was married to that tall, skinny redhead that was in that group, not the first group, the second group. It's what's-her-face. What's-her-face? You got to be kidding me. What's-her-face is dead. But growing up, my mother had 3 stages of discipline. The first stage I called the English teacher stage because she would yell at us using perfect diction and articulation. I thought I told you to get home before dark. I thought you might have been kidnapped. Now, young man, what do you have to say for yourself? What are we having for dinner? And if you're really bad, you go to the second stage, the ventriloquist stage. I thought I told you to get home before dark. I thought you might have been kidnapped. Now, young man, what do you have to say for yourself? Did I see your lips move? Then when we're really, really bad, she'd go to the third stage, the spanking stage. And the spanking stage is kind of like 1 spank per syllable. I thought I told you to get home before dark. I thought you might have been kidnapped. Now, young man, what do you have to say for yourself? Well, first of all, I'd like to thank you for making the word kidnapped 1 syllable. And secondly, I'd like to thank you for not using the word supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. So I'm a big football fan. What I like most about football is the touchdown celebrations that the players do. And I thought to myself, what would it be like if a comedian celebrated his jokes the way a football player celebrated his touchdowns? So, you know you're getting old when you're attracted to a cougar's mother. Growing up, my favorite cartoon character was Mr. Magoo. Now I am him. I was watching TV last night, and that ad comes on. It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? Yeah, they're in their early 30s, and they still live at home. To keep the romance alive, my wife and I go for long walks on the beach. She goes on Tuesday, I go on Friday. My wife said she wants to get cosmetic surgery so she would look drop dead gorgeous. I said, over my dead body. She said, deal. Thank you very much.
So then I said, Mr. Prime Minister, I'm flattered that you love chocolate, but I'm here strictly in a professional. What's wrong with him?
He thinks you're naked.
My shell is brown. It just looks like my milk chocolate is showing. Only a fool would think I'd actually show up naked.
So it's that kind of party. Hit it!
I'm sexy and I know it.
Aye.
Look at that body. Look at that body. Look at that body. I work out. Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Okay, we're back.
We have our rogues gallery sitting here to my right.
Yeah, we have Alan Streisfeld.
Streisfeld.
Let him I tell you what,
I actually like Streisfeld better.
I'm going to say the first name. You guys answer back with your last name. Alan.
Streisfeld.
Gregory.
Ronner.
Very good.
Ken.
Krinsky.
Les.
Deegan.
Mike.
I don't have a last name, actually, Dennis.
Okay.
I do have some. My wife does like to call me some names after my first name.
Okay.
The last name, it's never Mike Dillon. It's never Mike Dillon.
Well, that's a good topic. Talking about wives. Religion.
Religion.
Very good.
All right, what a segue.
What a segue that was.
All right, I'll tell you, Dennis. We're sitting here at a Christian show, and I'm sitting here with 4 Jew comics. Now, what the heck is going on?
No.
You're not 4. 3 out of 5. 3 out of 60%.
Next to my girlfriend, she's Jewish too.
Well,
We're surrounded.
I have a religious. I am a Christian like you guys are, and I have a great story. A little off-beaten track of comedy, but I actually had that white light experience, and it wasn't my wife pulling these sheets over my head. I actually had passed away and was gone for 16 seconds. Had the white light. Experienced the grace of God, and there's no joke to that, actually. I'll let you guys finish that up. But I think that would be
We're glad you made it, Michael.
Comedy for a show. Have all these people come together who actually experienced the white light and the vision of God. I think that that's my calling tonight, actually, even with with these 3 out of 5 Jews over here. But I mean, did you notice one thing, Dennis? I noticed one thing when you were doing a lot of the New Testament in the beginning. I noticed
in the beginning, that's the Old Testament.
All the Jews were sleeping.
That's the 5 books of Moses we're talking about. That's okay.
Okay.
I don't mean to one-up Mike, but last night I had a show. I died for 15 minutes. And then came back, so.
Well, that's
not actually news. That's not actually news.
Speaking of religion, I mean, these days I'm drinking religiously. In fact, every time I go to the bar, it's a mitzvah.
Wow.
All right, that's all I got on religion.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I am not going to be, not to offend anybody, but I am not praying to something that I could have on a plate on a Friday night at Checkers or something like that, or Steak and Brew. You know what I mean? I am not praying to no cows. I know there's some people into that, but look.
Cows.
Cauliflower is just as good for me. I'll pray to a piece of cauliflower, but I ain't praying to no cow.
And let us all say amen. All right.
All right.
No, but
I tell you what, huh?
Dennis, go ahead.
No, sincerely, seriously, no matter what your faith, I truly believe, there's only one God, the Jewish God.
Oh, there you go.
And he started all the other religions just for tax purposes. I think that's what happened there.
One of the big issues in the Catholic religion was Jesus married. My question is, did he have to get married?
Well, I'm sure he has cross to bear.
He has cross to bear.
All right, we're gonna get.
Was that a good subject?
That happened to be excellent. That was excellent because it puts you off guard and you're coming out with stuff and you're just like going for the juggler. It's good. That's
Did you say off guard or off guard?
There you go.
Off guard. Close enough. Well, what do you say we get Les up here?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. No, let's get back there. I feel
alphabet. Just want me to walk right up there now?
Ken is going to get up here. All right. No, we got to do a commercial.
All right.
We got to do a little commercial here for you.
I'm nervous. All right.
For professional motorcycle transport and towing, think Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing. Proudly serving all of Long Island, we feature expert handling and 24/7 service. So send a limo for your toy with Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing.
Ken, say your last name.
How about Rodney Dangerfield impersonator, Ken Krinsky? How are
All
you?
right, there you go.
All right. Hey, thanks.
All yours.
Thanks, Reverend Dennis. How are you tonight? Hey, it's great to be back here at Madhouse TV, all right? It's good to see all you folks tonight. I'll tell you, a little before Alan Streisfeld was up here. By the way, it's nice to see you back in men's clothes again, Alan, okay? Alan was up here. He was talking about Halloween's coming up this week, yeah. You know, I got no respect on Halloween. I mean, I was an ugly kid. My parents, they made me trick-or-treat over the phone. Yeah. We were poor. On Halloween, we couldn't afford a jack-o'-lantern. My parents, they made me stand in front of the window. I never got any respect on Halloween. I remember one Halloween, my father, he threw a pair of jockey shorts on my head. He said, "Why don't you go as an ass?" I mean, I know I'm an ugly guy. On Halloween, when the doorbell rings, the kids give me candy. Yeah, well, one Halloween, a kid tried to pull my face off. Wasn't easy. Yeah, he was also talking about, I don't know how we got on it, but it was alphabet soup. My wife, she's a terrible cook. The other night, she made my kids alphabet soup. The kid spelled out help. I mean, she's a terrible cook. I mean, I don't think meatloaf should glow in the dark. We leave dental floss in the kitchen. The roaches hang themselves. The other night, she told me to take out the garbage. I said, "You cooked it, you take it out, okay?" Well, last week, she made me a chocolate mousse. I got an antler caught in my throat. She's a terrible cook. In fact, last month, the flies in the backyard chipped in to have the screen door fixed. A terrible cook. But I'll tell you, I know what my problem is. I'm an ugly guy. Yeah, it's true. I was an ugly baby, too. My mother, she breastfed me through a straw. Nah, I'm only kidding. My mother never breastfed me. She said she only liked me as a friend. And my old man, he didn't think too much of me either. He carried around a picture of the kid that came with the wallet. I know I'm an ugly guy. I was an ugly kid in high school, too. I remember one time I fell asleep in the library. I woke up, some blind guy was reading my face. As I got a little older, yeah, I got a job at the pet shop. I remember customers would always ask how big I'd get. And I dated some ugly girls, too. I dated this one girl. She was real ugly. Yeah, I bent down to give her a hickey. I got fur in my mouth. It's an ugly girl. I bent down to pet a cat. It was the hair on her legs. And she had pigtails under her armpits, It's never been easy. I dated some fat girls, too. I dated this girl one time. She was so fat. Ask me how fat she was, guys. She was so fat, her bathtub had stretch marks. It's a big girl. I mean, she put her belt on with a boomerang. I took her to the zoo. Elephants were throwing her peanuts. It's a big girl. It's a big girl. It's never been easy. I'll tell you, with women, I got no luck at all. But one time I did get a girl's phone number. She called me up. She said, "Come on over. There's nobody home." I went over. There was nobody home. And I'll tell you, these days I'm having a tough time with the dating. I tried this internet dating, yeah. Oh, that's an adventure in itself, the internet dating, I finally got a girl to text me. She said I was her BFF. I'm walking around for like a week or two thinking I found a girlfriend. She said, "No, I meant you're a big fat fellow." I texted her back, "What are you talking about?" She said, "LOL. I says, "Oh, she's only kidding." She says, "No, that means you're last on my list." No respect at all. I tell you, it's never easy. Hey, anybody here heard of my doctor, Dr. Vinny Boombots? Give it up if you heard of my doctor. Speaking of no respect, my doctor, he don't give me any respect. I called him up. I says, Doc, every morning I wake up, I look in the mirror, I want to throw up. What's wrong with me? He said, I don't know, but your eyesight is perfect. I called him up. I says, Doc, I broke my leg in 2 places. What should I do? He told me don't go to those 2 places. He told me at this point in life, hey, you're okay, Joe. He says, at this point in life, if you take excellent care of yourself, you'll get very sick and die. I told him I want a second opinion. He said, all right, you're ugly too. My doctor. I tell you, I know I'm an ugly guy. I went to my proctologist. He stuck his finger in my mouth. I'll tell you, it's never easy. It's never easy with looks like these. I went to my bartender. I said, bartender, make me a zombie. He told me God already beat me to it. Yeah, it was never easy. And with these looks, I tell you, I know I'm an ugly guy. I put my underwear on this morning. I heard the Fruit of the Loom guys giggling. So, am I getting a wave? Is that it? No respect at all. I'm wrapping it up, folks. But I'll tell you, I get no respect. I called up Suicide Hotline. They put me on hold. I called up Suicide Prevention. They tried to talk me into it. It was a rough time in my life, a rough time. I remember I was standing up on a ledge getting ready to jump off. They sent a priest up to talk to me. I can remember his first words. He said to me, on your mark, get set. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Ken Krinsky doing the Rodney Dangerfield impersonation, and you're okay, all right? Take it easy. Love you, baby, okay? You're all right.
This is Beth.
Hi.
Oh, congratulations. When are you due?
I'm not pregnant.
Oh, look at that. Excuse me.
You're totally thin.
You look very sexy.
For life's bleachable moments, all it takes is 3/4 of a cup.
For professional motorcycle transport and towing, think Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing. Proudly serving all of Long Island, we feature expert handling and 24/7 service. So send a limo for your toy with Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing.
Okay.
All right.
All right. I'm having to catch my breath after that last one.
Oh man, I tell you, listening to you laugh is oh my God.
Oh, that's amazing.
He has such a hearty laugh, this guy, and it makes you laugh. You can't help it.
Yep.
Yes. Great laugh.
Between all you guys,
Let's give it up for that laugh.
Oh,
Yes. We need you more comedy shows.
Exactly. We'll pay you for getting in.
The show.
Pay you to come, right?
That's it.
Well, I tell you what, since we got these words going, how about we throw out this word to you?
Okay, another word.
Marriage.
Oh boy.
Marriage.
How much time do we have?
And my wife, when she said I do, I should have said with who.
Hey.
21 years married.
All right.
Finally legal.
All right.
What? For AARP? What's the matter with you guys?
I tell you, my wife and I, we were happy for 20 years, and then we met. See, my wife, she's an earth sign, I'm a water sign, and together we make mud.
I met my wife. She told me she had health insurance. I screwed up the joke. She wanted to be my friend with benefits. I said, I'm married right now. You got health insurance.
Married 29 years. She's been in menopause for the last 2. Is that how long it's supposed to take? She has no sexual feelings at all. My wife's sexual desires is like Bob's Discount Furniture. No interest for 1 year.
My wife, she cut me down to once a month. I'm lucky. 2 guys I know she cut out completely. And she likes to talk when she's having sex. Last week she called me from a hotel room.
I was with her.
That was you. She said she wouldn't have sex in the backseat of the car. She wants me to drive.
Now, don't listen to these guys.
Dangerfield's on a roll.
Last June, my wife and I celebrated our 29th wedding anniversary.
Congratulations.
That's right. And we did something very special. We started talking to each other again.
That works.
That's right.
Well, I've said to me, without me, you don't have an act. I said, without you, I don't need an act.
My wife can't drive. She hit a deer. It was in the zoo.
Who knew 30 years ago when I asked my wife's hand in marriage, that was the only part of the body I ever got. And it happened in my hand.
I was doing a show in Atlantic City. I forgot our anniversary. I get back. She's like, tomorrow in the driveway better be something just for me. Something I want. Something I need. Something that goes from 0 to 200 like that. I said, you want a scale? In the driveway? I don't get it.
I noticed after we got married, my wife's attitude towards my jokes changed a little bit. It was a very subtle change. It went from, you are so funny to, what are you, a moron?
No respect. No respect at all.
Boy, that marriage is a great topic. To
What else you got, Reverend?
I don't remember marriage.
Is that the first? You want us to go into the second marriage? The first jokes for the first marriage?
Oh, I could join you there.
Dennis, you see, the secret to a good marriage is communication. My wife and I communicate. Like whenever we go to a party together, we have these subtle little nonverbal cues we give each other.
Sure.
When one of us is ready to leave. Of
course.
Mine is to go out and start the car.
Subtle.
Yeah, hers is to have 3 more Cosmopolitans. And then leave with the pool boy. Not very funny, but it's true.
I think that lovemaking makes a marriage last, you know? I mean, my wife and I, we just recently had a mirror installed over the bedroom. Yeah. Only problem is now we can't stop laughing. We like a cigarette after sex. She's up to 3 packs a day. I'm up to 1 pack for the last 15 years. Sorry, I had to go there.
That's all right. How about we add the comedy itself?
Oh, comedy itself.
Tough business.
Nothing funny about comedy, Reverend.
There's nothing funny about comedy except for Dangerfield.
That's right.
That guy's hysterical.
Well, you know, it's very interesting how people get into comedy in the first place. Do you have any stories about how you got into it? What made you get into this field to begin with? Or was it?
Well, personally, I hit a crossroads in my life. I wanted to do something that was really, really difficult.
Yep.
And guess what? I made a bad choice. This is even worse than
not easy.
Comedy is a
very difficult,
tough business. Yeah, it's a business, a labor of love. As you love to sing, we love to tell jokes. We love to make people laugh. The bottom line isn't always so good, as far as sometimes you're not even getting gas money if it's a benefit. You know, you're actually spending money for them to have a good time. So, but like I said, you really have to love it. It has to be a labor of love.
The business end is not really that great because Mike and I both book. We produce shows, and it's so hard to get people to come to shows. And you worry there are enough people to have a show, paying comics. So that part is difficult. But if it works, it's gold.
Same with us in the music.
Yeah, comedy, entertainment, it's tough, you know? My
you're
fan club broke up, the guy died.
And looking at it from another angle, I'll speak for myself, but I think we're all starving for attention.
Oh, yeah.
I think we all want that.
Well, I just don't have the house keys anymore. My wife's up from me. That's why I'm here tonight.
I'm just plain starving. I've been on Weight Watchers for 6 months.
It is true about the overnight sensation taking 20 years.
Yeah,
and that's basically the Louis C.K. I mean, any of these guys.
Well, they don't see they don't see the hard work that the starving
hard work
end.
every night.
They just see the end result, which is amazing.
The end result.
And a lot of comedians, their personal lives go down the tubes because they're out performing every night. Right. That's why I waited until after my personal life went down the tubes before I got into
exactly.
I mean, everything you see tonight from us.
If you want to get rid of your wife, become a comic. It's a great thing if you want your wife to leave you.
Yeah, it's hard for musicians too. But this is about comedy. I tell you what, let's take a quick commercial break. We'll come back. We'll get Les up here for Les.
Yeah. All right. All right.
Less is more.
Smith & Hardware.
We have 3 of the largest showrooms of safes on display and in stock. You can see and touch them in person instead of browsing a catalog. We carry gun and rifle safes, burglary safes, jewelry safes, fire rated from a half hour to 2 hour. Famous name brands.
We sell Gardol.
We sell AMSAC.
The new AMSAC touchscreen.
If you're ever in need of a safe, think Brooklyn's best, Locksmith & Hardware. Right, Lockie?
That's right, Alan.
All right, we made it back.
All right.
I hope you guys are having a great time out there on MadhouseTV.com. You're watching the Inside Show. And right now, we have Les Deegan. Put your hands
All right.
The Major.
All right, thank you, Dennis. So, we were talking about, just doing comedy. Being a comedian is so great. If you people out there in internet TV land, if you wanted to try to be a comic, all you got to do is go to any comedy club on what's called open mic night. Are you familiar with this? It's an amazing concept. Anybody, and I mean anybody, can get up on stage for 5 minutes and try to be a comedian. Now I'm thinking, wouldn't it be scary if other jobs offered the same opportunity? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Stony Brook University Medical Center. It's the first Tuesday of the month, which means it's open heart surgery night. I'm your host, Dr. Aortowitz. Tonight, all patients have a 2-valve minimum. Let's see, our next surgeon tonight is a middle school janitor from Ronkonkoma, Long Island, Wolfgang Schmidt. Wolfie's going to be performing a triple bypass on Sadie Goldberg. Now, tomorrow night at Gutterman's Funeral Home is open casket night. Thank you. So my day job, which I'm often told I shouldn't quit, I'm a salesman for a shipping company, and outside sales is really hard, because all day long I got to deal with lots and lots of rejection, right? Yesterday I had a really crappy day. At 4:30 I called up my wife. I said, honey, listen, I'm getting really beat up badly today. When I come home from work, could you do me a big favor, please? Do you think maybe we could pour a couple of glasses of Chardonnay and light a few scented candles, listen to a little light jazz, and then maybe do a little something? She said, no, thank you, I'm not interested. And please remove me from your list. Oh, my God. Unbelievable. So fall is back, so are my allergies. We're my allergy people. Speaking of sneezing, I take the railroad into the Long Island Railroad into Manhattan every day. Right, on a packed train this morning, I must have sneezed like 20 times in a row. I was like, ah! 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 Would you believe not one person said Gesundheit? Like, seriously, is somebody going to say something? Guy next to me said, yeah, shut the hell up. This is the quiet car. Right, the Long Island Railroad, a delay, that's okay. The Long Island Railroad's been spending thousands of dollars on this PR campaign to warn all the riders against falling into the gap between the train and the platform. You familiar with this? Yeah. Okay. That's right, watch the gap. They're now hiring celebrities to make announcements at all the stations. They don't have to. They can just get Ken Krinsky to do it, right? That's right. Right, that's how celebrities...
Believe me, I spent a lot of time watching the gap, all right?
Okay. Every morning at 6:49, I have to listen to Alec Baldwin. You've heard him? Hi, this is Alec Baldwin. Be train smart. Step over the gap. Like, why would they have Alec Baldwin making this announcement? I never see him on a train. Want to have a public service announcement about not verbally abusing your kids, turning off your electronic device off on an airplane, stalking a celebrity, having a celebrity brother that doesn't pay his taxes? Alec Baldwin. I think the railroad should have actual riders that have already fallen into the gap making the announcements. Morning, everybody. This is Joe Weingarten from Washington Avenue in Seaford. How you doing? 9 months ago, I was texting my bookie while boarding a train to Jamaica when I fell into the gap. I ruptured my spleen and broke my leg in 3 places. I've been out of work for 9 months. My wife's driving me friggin' crazy. So do yourselves a favor. Don't be a moron like me. Be train smart. Step over the gap. That's right. That's right. Thank you. So I've always thought my whole life that I had this, but recently I was officially diagnosed with attention deficit disorder. Right? See, when I was a kid, there was no such thing as ADD. Right? Back then, I was just an ASS. Right? Turns out I have the 3 most common symptoms of ADD. That's right, I'm easily distracted. I have trouble completing tasks. So what about those 0-6 Giants? So anyway, let me leave you guys with this. Let me leave you guys with a song. I'm very proud to be Jewish. I'm very proud, thank you. Right.
Represent.
Thank you. I'm very proud to be from Long Island. Right, okay. And I was always a big fan of some of the old cartoon shows. So that being said, this is my rendition of the Flintstones theme song, If the Flintstones Had Been Long Island Jews. Here we go. Flintsteins, meet the Flintsteins, they're the Yiddish Stone Age family. From the town of Great Neck, all the bucks, the guilt, the misery. Their cave is the biggest on the block, made from tons of rare imported rock. Flintsteins, meet the Flintsteins, have a oy time. That's not a goy time, you'll have an oy vey time. Sadie! Thanks, everybody. I'm Les Deegan. Back to Reverend Dennis.
All righty. How you doing, man?
Okay.
We're going to have another one come up here right away. We're going to have Mike Dillon coming up.
Here I am. Here I am.
All right, Mike.
Thanks,
Go
Dennis.
get him, my
Thanks.
friend. Go get him.
Thanks. Great being here at the Geriatric Comedy Hour, folks. God, if this show gets any older. I'm expecting Milton Berle to walk through the door any minute, actually.
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
You guys, this is unbelievable. Good being here. I'm wearing the gloves, you probably noticed. I have what they call neuropathy. Anybody are you familiar with that terminology? Yes. No blood flow, Ken, to the feet or the hands. Lost a big toe a couple years ago, never felt it. Got gangrene, I had to cut it off, never felt a thing. People get like, man, you lost your toe. That's got to be rough. I said, nah. Now when I get pedicures, I get 10% off. I bring the coupon, 20%. But we're all getting older. I went to a doctor last week, a guy actually with a real diploma. He told me I can't have sugar anymore, no salt, no caffeine. I'm not allowed to drink. And because I have a pacemaker, no Viagra. Yeah. I'm getting screwed every way but the right way. It's very true. I am getting screwed. I'm not getting laid at all. You know, you guys know that. These old guys, you know, nothing happens to us anymore. I do have a pacemaker, though. It only lasts 9 years. This is a little bit of the educational show. Sir, you have a pacemaker? No. You'll be going in next week. I guarantee you. Only lasts 9 years. I think mine's finally going bad. Now when I watch TV and I pass gas, the channel changes. I'm getting so good I threw out the remote. In fact, I'm changing stations in the next room right now. I'm channel surfing, Joe. We all get older. I have cataracts now. Anybody this? None of you guys have nothing, huh? No pacemaker, no cataracts now. I can't see anything. I'm driving, can't see nothing. You have to put it last. You have to put yourself last when you have a family, like me. Like I said before, I am married. I have a bunch of kids. I'm married a long time now. You first get married, things are great. You have pet names, right, Les? Yes. Have pet name. My wife used to call me her Jiffy Lube. I'm like, that's because I make love like a professional. He said, no, that's because you're always in and out and done in under 10 minutes. I'm your husband. Cut me a little slack. After a while, you have makeup sex. You have a fight, you have makeup. You fight, you make up, you have sex. My wife and I never had that kind of time. So we'd fight during sex. You call that foreplay? You call that faking it? Separate vacations. Anybody separate vacations? Anybody still awake at this point? Any of you old timers still awake? I know I'm falling asleep up here, and I'm actually performing. So last year, my wife went to Europe. I took a trip to the liquor store. My vacation costs more, sir. This year she's going to Reno. I'm going to rehab. Like I said, I feel the crickets. I know they're around here. I got the gloves on. Winter. I hear winter is coming, so I'm wearing the gloves. I got earmuffs out in the car. Snowsuit. I got the whole get-up last because you get old, you lose your blood flow. Everything is good. Like I said, I can't use Viagra anymore. I got kids. They were wrecking my yard this last summer. I got to put a stop to it. Get off the lawn. Get off the lawn. My wife, we're raising children here, not grass. I said, oh, yeah? That's marijuana growing out there. She's like, get off the lawn. Get off the lawn right now. Can't help it. My wife is a pothead. Got a son. Typical Irishman. Drunk. At work. He's 13. Typical Irish kid, too. He's got the flaming red hair, the big brown freckles. Funniest looking black kid on the block, sir. Me and my wife can't stay long. I'm only gone 50 weeks out of the year. You can't stay. Wanted to go to camp. It's expensive. Anybody with young kids? Nobody in this crowd tonight, that's for sure. Great kids. Great grandchildren. My son wanted to go to camp. It's expensive. I looked around, Dennis. I finally found one we all can afford. Summer school. It's like, Dad, I wanted to play baseball all vacation. I said, that's your fault. Next year, flunk gym. Dopey kid. I ever find your father, I'll kill him. Sleepovers are a big thing now, too. We didn't have this when we were kids, right, guys? With Abe Lincoln, we didn't have stuff like that. Sleepovers, you got to be careful. It's dangerous now. I laid the law down to my son. No booze, no broads, no drugs. But if you do, make sure it's not... I forgot that joke. Dennis gave me the one. I got a teenage daughter. Learned about sex when she was 5 years old. She comes home. Boys have peanuts and girls have China. What is this? Public education today. I'm a father, right? I said it straight. You go something. Your daddy has walnuts. And your mother has a nutcracker. I'm going to leave you with this. You argue with my wife. We've been around a long time, married together a long time. Went out a long time before even that. But you get to my age, you start getting cranky. You start acting like a child. You know, my wife doesn't cut me any slack at all, Joe. Acting like a baby again. Put on your big boy pants. I said, I can't. They won't fit over my diaper. That's my time tonight, folks. Mike Dillon, Gateway Comedy. Gateway Comedy Club on Facebook. Thank you.
On Saturday night, October 19th, Act One Entertainment Net coordinates 6 Long Island venues with over 30 bands that will participate in Banding Together Against Animal Abuse, a fundraising event benefiting Save a Pet Rescue and Adoption Center in Port Jeff. Hosting these simultaneous multi-venue unique events will be the Blue Parrot Lounge in Massapequa, Candy's Magic Pub in Shirley, Grumpy Jack's in Port Jeff, Bobby Q in Patchogue, Hotel Fish in Hampton Bays, and The Hub in Island Park. For more info, call the Act One office at 631-758-3505.
Dad, where do babies come from?
Well, there's that big, shiny rocket ship. That's right, it's filled with babies. Babies of all kinds. And when the shiny rocket ship penetrates, Mommy and Dad goes, and when the time is just right, there's a space launch.
All systems go.
Babies of all kinds. Released all over the place. Yeah, Africa. Well, Mommy's Babylandia. That's right, it's filled with babies. After an amazing 9 months, babies. And that, son, is where babies come from.
But Jake said babies come from
Planet Babylandia.
You go,
play with us on the bus.
Wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. Wheels on the bus go round and round, all through the town.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we made it back to another one.
All right.
This has been a
quite a
wonderful
night.
show. Hasn't it been great?
It's been quite a night. I haven't laughed this hard.
Since last the other
Oh.
day. You got some laugh there, Joe. It's very
It's been
infectious.
great to be here.
Infectious.
Good motivation. These guys are terrific.
Well, I want to
What a
thank
lot
you
of
all.
fun we had.
I want to thank you all. We got Alan and Gregory and Ken and Les and Mike. Where are you going to be? Let's start with, let's go down to the mic here with Alan.
Les?
He's Les.
Where's Alan? Where'd he go?
All right, let's see.
Let's do it that way. Go ahead.
Well, this Sunday at Plaza Cinema Media Arts Center in Patchogue, I do a monthly show, 7 o'clock, it's the Sunday night at 20 Terry Street. Greg's on a show, and Stevie GB's on a show.
Very
Rob
funny
Travis, a great show, and come down, it's only $12.
Great. And let's go ahead. Okay, guys, take over.
Okay, and then the following week, another show produced by the Wilshire Group, Alan Streisfeld, is the Paradise Diner. 27th, I believe it's a dinner show. Starts at, I think, 6 o'clock, Al?
Yeah.
6 o'clock, and the show starts.
Yeah.
Paradise Diner. It's right at the crossroads between Vets Highway and Nesconset.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll be there, and
Right.
Yeah.
Just before the Carvels, you had these. What time is that going to be?
6 o'clock.
is the dinner.
Sunday night?
Yeah.
And 7:30 is the show.
27th.
27th.
Yeah. $39.95 a person, includes tax tip, and all the soda you can have, and all the laughs you can have.
Dinner too.
A good roster of comedians too. Should be really good.
Yeah.
Next, who's got what? Les.
All right, let's see. This Sunday, I will be performing at the East Meadow Public Library.
Oh,
A free show from at 2 o'clock with a
great
host of comics. Mark Breyer is runs that show. The following Wednesday night, I'll be performing for cancer patients at Sloan Kettering Memorial Hospital.
Like that.
That's
I like
always
that.
nice.
Charity is
And then I am, via the Flintstones, I am also a singer. I'll be singing at the Belmore Bean Coffee House in Belmore on Friday night, November 1st at 8:30. Sinatra, Bobby Darin, Broadway. Come on out.
All right.
There we go.
Yeah. Go for it, Kenny. Where are you going to be?
Yeah, I'll, well, actually, on Sunday is my daughter's bat mitzvah. Allison, congratulations and mazel tov. I'm actually performing on November 24th at the Plaza Arts Center with Alan Streisfeld on his show there. Come on down and see us. And other than that, I'm doing a Queen's Cable show on November 2nd. And not much else going on, all right? But I'm enjoying this. I love being here again, and I want to thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely.
You know?
Wonderful having
It
you.
really means a lot to me. I mean
if you guys happen to be free tomorrow night, I'm actually performing by myself over in Sergio's.
Yeah, I saw that on Facebook, yeah.
Mr. Mike.
You'll be singing in Michael's mustache.
Yes.
Yes, something like that. So with that, I tell you what, guys, we want to take a quick break. Oh no, you know what? Let's do that. Let's talk about Bill White.
Okay,
for a second.
And Elizabeth, yeah. Well, next month, young Elizabeth Berger is going to turn 4, and she needs some very, very serious brain surgery, and she hasn't, due to loss of job, there are no health benefits there in the family.
No hearing?
So, this isn't coming through. Okay.
Are you on with the?
I don't know. Modern technology.
Because you had it on the, you were sitting on it for a while there.
There we go. Is it on now? And check 1, 2. This is live. You can't get any.
You want my
better than
love?
Okay.
All right. Okay, are we on? Is it
I
getting
want you
me
to
now?
talk loud.
Okay. So anyway, as I started to mention before, young Elizabeth Berger, the family has no medical insurance, so they're having a benefit at Lindenhurst Middle School on South Wellwood Avenue. It's going to be tomorrow night, Friday night, the 18th of October at 7:30. Tickets are $10 for adults and $7 for kids. It's going to be wonderful in that for $10 you can go out and see a tremendous show of magic for the night, a whole bunch of magicians, and I think I'm getting a microphone check. Unless I use that one.
You want to give him mine?
There you go. All right. We'll try this. Is that working now? Okay. Anyway. Okay.
Two-headed
as
reverend.
I was saying, young Elizabeth, the family has no health insurance, and they're having this benefit at Lindenhurst Middle School on South Wellwood Avenue tomorrow night at 7:30. Admission's only $10 for adults. And the unique thing about this is it's going to be a magic show, and they're going to have about 7 or 8 extraordinary magicians performing there. And there'll be some special guests like Mickey B, and I think Don K. Reed was going to be there, and the Teen Stations will be performing. Our friend Chuck Arcuri with his group of kids. There are 5 young ladies who are absolutely fabulous. And the remarkable thing is they're singing music of the 50s with a voice box that's the age of the people that originally recorded that stuff. So you can't get it any more realistic than that. So that's all tomorrow night at Lindenhurst Middle School on South Wellwood Avenue.
We got a break for a commercial?
Yeah, you hold that.
We'll break for a commercial and be right back. Don't you go away.
Like so many people, are your finances tight lately? Afraid to open your mail or even answer your phone? Well, take heart. You don't have to live like that. If you're 62 or older and own your own home, you can join the thousands of folks who have used safe and effective government-insured reverse mortgages. The government-insured reverse mortgages from Long Island's Senior Reverse Network allow you to stay in your home and turn equity into tax-free cash. Our government-insured reverse mortgages can eliminate mortgage payments, credit card balances, or just improve your lifestyle. Do yourself a favor and solve these problems now. Call the Senior Reverse Network, and our advisors will answer all of your questions about our reverse mortgage programs. We've helped scores of senior Long Island homeowners like you who now enjoy a worry-free retirement. Get the financial security and peace of mind you've dreamed about. Pick up the phone and call us at the Senior Reverse Network now to set up a free consultation.
Call 1-800-985-REVERSE. That's 1-800-985-7383.
Are you planning an event and want to include entertainment, but you're not sure where to turn? Act1Entertainment.net has provided over 1,500 events with quality, affordable live entertainment at private parties, corporate affairs, festivals, bike rallies, and more. Act 1 will fit into your budget. They're friendly, reliable, and do all the legwork for you. They take all major credit cards. Log on to Act1Entertainment.net for a free, no-obligation price quote, or call 631-758-3505 for a brochure. You'll be happy you did.
For professional motorcycle transport and towing, think Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing. Proudly serving all of Long Island, we feature expert handling and 24/7 service. So send a limo for your toy with Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing.
This is Beth.
Hi.
Oh, congratulations. When are you due?
I'm not pregnant.
Oh, look at that. Excuse me.
You're totally thin.
You look very sexy.
For life's bleachable moments, all it takes is 3/4 cup.
All righty, folks, and thank you for sticking around.
Here we go again.
All right.
Better technology now.
John Roper and the Bob Knight 4. Yes. We're here. We need the music.
All right, cue the band.
Do-do. Whoa, life could be a dream. Life could be a dream. Do-da-da-do, shaboom, shaboom. Do-do, shaboom, shaboom. Do-do, shaboom, shaboom. Do-do, shaboom, shaboom.
So fine, whoa, life could be a dream. If I could take you up to paradise up above, if you tell me, darling, I'm the only one that you love, life could be a dream, sweetheart. Hello again, shaboom, I'm hoping we'll meet again. Life could be a dream. If only all my precious dreams could come true. If you would let me spend my whole life loving you, life could be a dream. Shaboom, shaboom, yeah, la 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 la, shaboom. Oh, shaboom. Oh, shaboom. Oh, shaboom. Shaboom. Every time I look at you,
take you up to paradise up above. If you would tell me I'm the only one that you love, life could be a dream, sweetheart, 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 sweetheart.
Yeah, life could be a dream. If only all my precious dreams could come true. If you would let me spend my whole life loving you, life could be a dream, sweetheart, 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 sweetheart. Hey, on ding dong, ling-a-ling-a-ling. Oh, life could be a dream. Life could be a dream. Do 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 shaboom.
Yeah, all right. Okay, thank you.
That boy took my love away. Oh, he'll regret it someday. But this boy wants you back again. That boy isn't good for you. Though he may want you to. This boy wants you back again. Oh, and this boy would be happy just to love you. But that boy won't be happy till he sees you cry, you cry. This boy wouldn't mind the pain, would always feel the same if this boy gets you back again. Oh, and this boy would be happy just to love you. But oh my, that boy won't be happy till he sees you cry, you cry, you cry, you cry. This boy wouldn't mind the pain, would always feel the same if this boy gets you back again. This boy, this boy, this boy, yes, this boy.
Wow. Ah.
That was almost something else. Well, Reverend Dennis is munching on something there.
That was
I'd
a
like
coffee.
to, before we go into the last number of the night, thank everybody for being here. The five guys are comedians here tonight.
One, two.
A big thanks and shout out to Tom and Vicki Mealy and Tommy Marr and Janine Zarilli for all their help in putting this together with us every week. Have you swallowed? Okay.
I had a cough drop in there. 1, 2. Nothing. 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 Nothing out here. Well, I guess it's coming out here somehow. But I would just like to honor God and country. So give me a second. All right, there we go. I knew there was something coming out. Thank you all for coming out tonight, my good friends. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, why would fall? God bless America, my home, sweet home. Let's give our propers to our first responders, to our police departments, to our fire departments, to our soldiers who are out there defending our freedom, to the veterans who've been there and done that. The greatest country in the world, ladies and gentlemen. Sing it out. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America. God bless America. Our home, sweet home. Good night, everybody. God bless you. Thank you for coming. All of my comedians out there. I hope you come out and see me too on tomorrow night. We're off.